Welcome everyone in another CRYENGINE RPG inventory system tutorial. I'm Fury22 and today we will finally start working on the inventory itself. And today we are going to create a pickup function for our inventory. If you haven't watched my previous videos, I highly recommend you to go and do that, because obviously that's gonna help me a lot and you're gonna understand a lot more. So yeah, I feel a little bit more confident than I did when I started recording these videos. So yeah, I feel much better talking in English language to you, and which is obviously not my native language. Anyways, let's go with this. We got the pickup function, as you remember in my previous video. Obviously, I assume that you watched all my previous videos. It's all, the knowledge is all out there. We created the action that when we press the F button, it shows the message in the console that item has been picked. So what I gotta do now, obviously I'm using Notepad++ on the other screen, which you can't see, but this is, of course, as I said before, I can't remember everything, all the functions and all the stuff. So I have to help myself. So in player.h, there is one function that's missing. And we obviously are going to need this function. Oh, wait a second, actually. I'm just wondering, I just improved the code of my game. Because I just came up with some cool idea. Yeah, you could. Okay, no. Okay, we're gonna do it like before. What we need some function that is being called constantly, so we can check if the item is in front of us or something like this. In this case, I'm going to use the ray hit. You can use other things for that. You can use world query, but this is what I'm doing now. It's a little bit more complicated than world query because it already has these functions. So if you go to player here, actor, simple actor, it has the, or it doesn't, yeah, it does. It's update function, which is function that's being called constantly, which we need now. And we're gonna put it over here. It doesn't matter where, really. Override it, and then we're gonna create definition of this declaration. Yeah, it should be somewhere here, like here. Okay, there it is. Update is being called constantly. So now what we are going to do, we are going to create a ray hit, which is something that when you look at the object, when you target the object, it's gonna show you message that you can pick it up. So ray hit. We're gonna get the properties from the player camera. So in order to do that, we need to do a couple of vectors. Free camera position, environment, system, get view camera, get position, plus get environment, system, get view camera, get view direction. So it is now a second vector. We're gonna need it for camera direction only. Environment, system, get view. Oh god, get view camera. I know I'm making it quick, but I'm getting this from the player camera to check the target of the entity of the player. That's very simple, because position and its direction, so how far the object is, and from player and direction that he's looking at. So obviously you're gonna see it later, but now we have to create a flags for it. Static flags stop at pierceable. Obviously this is some flags that are hard to say. Collide type any. Pierceable, obviously you know what that word means, so you can just kind of imagine what these flags are. There's a lot of them, and you can, I mean a lot, but there's a couple of them, so you can for the different purposes. Obviously you want sometimes to check the object behind other objects, so you use this flag. It's something I'm not going to be going over now, just figure out yourself, right? So I can't show everything, like obviously camera position, camera direction times how far the object has to be hit by the ray. So the other words, how far the picked object has to be to show you the method that you can pick it up. Let's make it 10 meters away from you. It's gonna be quite okay, we got third person. Okay, let's make it 100. I know it's too far for the game, but it just tests, so we can do it. Entity all ray flags hit to help it a little bit. Hit, yeah. Then one, because it was one hit, obviously. Get entity, get physical entity of our character, obviously. And then now we're gonna this int. Now we're gonna check the entity that is our ray is hitting. So I entity hit entity equals environment p entity system get entity from physics hit collider. That's all it is. So now if the hit entity is found, I mean, then do something, yeah. Then let's make it what can I do? This is gonna spam it constantly, so I have to be careful a little bit. So let's do like, okay, let's do for the tests. CRYELOG always pick up item name is, have to grab the name, hit entity get class get name. So we will see if the ray hits some item, it should return the name of this item for us. What we gotta do now, well, we do not know where the target is. This camera, third-person camera prepared by Crytek, it's not the best camera you could get. Obviously, I might cover in one of my future videos how to create all the cameras. That's actually quite a good idea. But we're gonna go to the editor at the moment and try to, hit our sword with the rays. I don't know how it's gonna turn out, but we would have to hit it with the ray, so it's hard to imagine where the ray would be. Okay, we're gonna do a little bit help for ourselves. We are going to draw some lines so we can. This is just what I'm going to do now. Is just simply gonna create some lines on the screen. Just G environment, P render, get I rendered, out geometry, and draw line. We're gonna draw line, hit point minus like this, 0.0 f, 0.0 f, float, and 1.0 f. Now color B is gonna be 25500, which is red color. If you don't know that, you can check on there is a website that is counting the colors into these like, I don't know, vectors. So you can choose the color you want. Hit point plus vector 3.0 f, 0.0 f, and 1.0 f. Now color B 25500, and 6 thickness 6.0. That's it. We need a few lines like this so we can create a crosshair, and this is gonna be a little bit, yeah, 3 like this. So what's going to be here is gonna be 0.1.0 and also 1.0, and here it's gonna be the beginning 0.0, 1.0. That's the way to create some simple crosshair for our game. Obviously, if you want to create crosshair, then it would be the best to do it in the Flash. But what I'm trying to do now is I'm trying to get pickup function to work. So, as I said on the very beginning of this is hard, and this is gonna be a long process. So be patient. I hope that half of you is not gonna get bored in the middle of my videos and just go away. Okay. Alright, it's not drawing, but let's see in here. Oh yeah, I know what's going on now. Ha! I'm stupid. Yeah, the update function works only. As you see, I'm making a lot of mistakes, especially when I'm talking. Update function is being constantly called. Yes, that's true. The point about it is that you have to start calling it to make it continue. Like, you have to enable this function, enable updating. So in order to do that, you have to go to player post initialize, and somewhere here, let's say we're gonna create some pgame object, our player object, and enable update slot. This 0. That should do the job. This video is going to end, but obviously before I close it, I'm gonna try it out, try if if our rays do actually show up on the screen. I'm gonna run the editor. Why am I running the editor? Because that's where I have map. I'm gonna change this map later. Swap into C++. Oh, you can see the red lines over here. It's hitting everything. So if it hits this sword over here, it's 100 meters away. It's gonna pick up the item as well. But don't be worried about that. You can adjust that. Just watch the console down here. Pick up sword item. Pick up sword item. So it works. We are close. We are getting closer. So yeah, I hope you like it. I hope you learned something. As always, see you in the next video.